yeah, look at that bad boy over there. Anyway, what do we do first? Good morning, everybody. It is Friday the 16th here, and hush hush secret, it's Amanda and I's 10-year wedding anniversary today. It's no secret. Just about everybody I know knows. Oh, but we're gonna go looking for parts. You know, you see, we got that there headliner for her Beetle. It's a super clean headliner. Well, I gotta start the shit box. There we go. Alright. Go ahead and turn the AC back off. We don't need that right now. Okay. So we're gonna go do some junkyarding today, like we did yesterday. Now, I didn't venture too far. Yesterday we only went to one place. It was up in Suffolk. But today we're gonna go up into Portsmouth in Virginia. Well, I guess it's technically Chesapeake because it's Taylor Road. But I'm gonna go to a spot called Foss You Pull It because they've actually got 3 of the Beetles and the body style that we need, and we're gonna try and see if we can score some more parts for her car to get a little further along. If we're lucky, I might even be able to find one that has a most of the way disassembled shifter box, but I'll just cut that back off. There ain't no need letting it run, plus I need the key to open the hatch. So basically, I'm coming over here to this one because it's another wagon. And basically, I can pretty confidently, oh, look at me, there we go. All right. Oh, yeah. I can confidently set that in there for the same or similar levels of protection as to what I was getting out of this on the way home. Whereas if you look at everything else, there's... Disappointment is the only one that we would be able to put it in, and Disappointment is not it. So the van, full of everything I have right now, so that's also not a terribly safe candidate. Although, I don't know, let's go look real quick. Because if I can move some minor stuff around, I can get down with that. It's a really big wide door, really big wide hatch to put it through. So let's see what we can see real fast. Oh yeah. You know, far be it from me to think that it could just sit on top of everything. Because it's not. We'll pull this down. We'll move these over here. Alright, we'll let that sit there. And then, yeah, this guy he'll just kind of sit in the seat like that. It's just an empty box, so I'm not terribly worried about it. Okay, so I think if we lay this a little flatter like that, it's actually my buffing pads for that thing, so we'll set them close by there. I think this one we can also lay pretty flat. Will be pretty good. We'll just go ahead and throw that up towards the front so it falls down under stuff. Same for that. I think that's a soldering iron kit. So the immediate dangers, and I should actually probably bring this with us just in case. Because, you know, we're going to the junkyard. We might pick up something heavy. We'll just throw that in there. Alright, so we're going to walk back over here through the wet-ass grass where I drove past the van. Just because I like to be difficult. I like making shit hard for myself. But anyway, yeah, me and Amanda made our 10 years, and kind of, sort of as our 10-year thing, I wanted to, you know, get her car a little further along. Now, I'm going to have to sit you guys up. You might be able to see me, you might not be able to see me. Alright everybody, as you can see, I'm carrying it through the metal protected insert, and then I'm going to face this, you know, the same way I had it. Wind's catching her a little bit. Bring it back around. Alright, so this time, because of how wide we are, should be able to just sneak on in here and sit really. Yeah, look at that. It's almost like we meant it to be that way. So there's a couple of spots that we need to clean up on this thing. Obviously, there were a couple of fingerprints that got to it while we were pulling it out, but when you're in a junkyard, you do the best you can with what you got. And everybody that's ever been to a junkyard knows they don't have sinks and stuff just readily out and about, ready for you to wash your hands so that you can keep stuff clean. And I'm dumb, didn't take any gloves. Pull this bad boy open for a couple seconds. Yeah. Alright, so I, somewhere, somehow, the other day, I moved my interior trim and panel kit. It was in that drawer, and I don't think I pulled it top side. I don't see it up here. Nope. Where in the hell would I set this damn thing? Basically, we found out it probably wouldn't be the worst idea. Move this heavy ass skill saw out of the way. There it is. Okay. We found it. Long story short, we found out yesterday while messing with the alright, so there's still a couple of interior trim pieces missing from this thing. Tools. But I don't see them out and about. Alright, so we'll look down here real quick, because I am also looking for my 18mm. I don't see it. Huh. I don't see any extras. They're probably in Amanda's Beetle. And the tool I'm looking for is my 18mm big boy socket. So we'll take that. Zip this back up. So there's that. We'll look over in her car real quick. Amanda says she's going to bring her toolbox too. Alright, my 18mm. I didn't immediately see it in the top drawer, which is where I should have put it, but very likely just flat out didn't put it. What was it? Was it in the cart and I just missed it? No. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hell yeah. So I wanted to bring my 3/4 because it's the equivalent to a 19. I wanted to bring my 18 and then my 17. I've got the 17 in the car, but I didn't see the 18 when I was trying to pack the bag yesterday. So, fun stuff. I do wonder where I would have put it. There it is. Bam. Nope. Okay, so I have the 18 in the car. It's the 17 that I didn't have. Alright, well that's still what I was looking for either way. Alright. So, we had plenty of screwdriver stuff yesterday. We had the Torx. We had a bunch of really good stuff going. A bunch of good work happening. I'm trying to think if they're, because we're basically going after interior parts, so interior lockout kit, pretty well locked in what we're looking for. Is that a 10? That's a 9. Oh well, if we don't have it, we'll find it, and if we can't find it, we'll make it. Alright. Now let's look over here real quick. Okay, well she's got her toolbox over there, but I don't actually see. I don't see any of my stuff. I mean, I see some of my stuff, but I don't see any of the interior kit, so I guess we'll just have to figure out what happened to them on another time, at another time, on another day. For now, we're just going to get what we can get with this here Volkswagen. That's right. I actually forgot all about having this little Milwaukee thing. Put them in there. Oh, yeah. So this is actually a bit of a game changer because I can carry my tools in with us right out the gate. Not have to worry about whether or not they've got some arbitrary wheelbarrow. Okay, let's see if the door popple. Oh, I did. It worked. Okay. Just got to play with it a bunch. Now you see this one definitely got a little dirty. This is the panel that goes into the sunroof. And we almost went after the whole sunroof because I had to pull the whole sunroof assembly to get this thing out. And what wound up happening was when I put the little Allen wrench that they give you from the factory, which is kind of, I wouldn't say it's an emergency thing, but it is kind of an emergency thing. If your sunroof, for some reason, dies open, it'll give you the chance to close it. Alright, so let's see if we can gently, yep, just like that. Like above. Side note, man, I love the way this car looks sometimes. I still need better wheels, but yeah. Well, it's the next day. I do this every time. Alright. So, some things happened. We, maybe got some information, some valuable information, while we were out and about yesterday. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna sit you guys right here so that you guys can see my feet. I know it's a nice set of Vans, right? It's nice and, like, it's actually a remarkably old set of Vans. Anyway. No, don't need that. Don't need you. Alright. Damn mosquitoes. I got one. Anyway, so we maybe got some diagnostic magic, but it cost me money. So in a nutshell, you guys know that I'd been doing all the work on the Passat, and I know I went from talking about going to the junkyard to now I've like come home with information about the Passat. So the long and short of what I think I figured out is, basically, I don't think I have an ECM problem. I think I have a boost control problem. And the car, believe it or not, these things come factory with electronically controlled boost. They use what's called an N75 valve. And I'll show you that in just a second. I just gotta get pulled up. And so the thing is, damn, them yellow flies are the devil. Alright, so we're gonna empty out the back of the Passat real fast, and then we're gonna move the van, get me some space, probably just put the van next to the truck. So firstly, this N75 valve. We went to the junkyard, local place called Foss, you pull it. It's kind of like pick and pull or pick your part or whatever. You walk around, you find the car. They have a limited online inventory of the vehicles that are in the yard. They don't really itemize anything, but I don't want to put that there. You know, we're probably going to move the Sentra. Oh, the storm apparently last night got super real. Oh, man. Okay, well, it looks like I've got a bunch of cans to clean up this morning. I was trying to work on the car before we ended up leaving again to go to the next junkyard. We're actually going to go to Pick Your Part in Raleigh. And that's gonna hopefully get us more Beetle parts. Now, for my car, I caught some cool things for the Jetta and for the Passat. Alright, yep. Look at this. So, right. I know it's technically the wrong color, but I don't care. Now, for the Jetta, it's actually really awesome because I have gray seats and they're cloth, or like whatever that velour shit is they used to love in the 90s. Is it open? Yeah! Alright, so these are rears. You can tell because they're the short ones, but basically we can pull this up. I forget what Volkswagens, what the Mark III headrest was. Maybe something to do in there. Oh yeah, see? That's where it would have been. Okay, well, let's see if we can, since we have a rear, I'll show you. Of course, this old ass seat is gonna fight. Okay. Well, here's a nifty discovery. This is just a block. So if I can just find something to go in there, that'll take up that space. But anyway. Once you get them started, though. Oh, goodness. Okay, hang on. Damn it. I know I've done this before. I guess maybe I've got to do it another time. I don't have enough time to sit here and waste on it. Oh, I know the front headrests should fit, and if they don't, oh well. I've got a boatload of headrests to put into the Passat. But anyway, to go from the solid ones to these ones with the hoops is a pretty cool thing. I love them because they remind me of the 80s. I'm not a big fan of the 80s. Didn't care for much of the music. Didn't care for many of the art forms or anything like that. But I absolutely love the cars. 80s European, Japanese, even most of the American cars were pretty cool. But anyway, back to the task at hand. We're going to try to put this N75 in the Passat because basically how I found out that I don't think I have a bad ECM is I bought a used tuned immobilizer defeated ECM, and as you just saw, the car ran, started, no problem. Well, it still is not making any kind of real amount of boost, and so that's where that valve comes in. I'm going to put my original computer back in. Now, I'd hate to admit how much money I wasted on the used ECM, and I'm not mad at the guy who sold it to me by any means, because I knew full well that I was potentially, oh yeah, I got a new knee panel. So mine in there is cracked, but Amanda's in her silver Passat is completely just borked. Like, it's just toasted. Gotta choke her every now and again. Gotta give her that choke. I don't even need you to go that far, buddy. Just, you know, idle up. I just don't want to sit in the seat. Alright, let's see if I can. Should come back here. Alright. How about do that? So what we're trying to do is just move some of the stuff around a little bit so that I can back the Sentra up and out of the way. God, all these cans. Well, at least this time around, they're all out and they've been rained on, so they're a little cleaner. I can bust a bunch of these tabs off. I don't really know why I collect tabs. A buddy of mine years ago asked me to collect them. His, I want to say it was his mom. There was some kind of program that she was a part of for cancer awareness. And, God, it's so loud. Alright, at least the wipers work pretty good. There is no rear wiper, so that's a bit of a shame. Alright, I can't see nothing because the damn windows are all fogged up. Oh yeah. So we got a lot of room before we hit the van. Alright, so there's the wagon. Should be able to just go left. God. I have to say, this car has like one of the worst feeling turning radiuses of any vehicle I've ever driven. As far as small cars go, God. Makes my Volkswagens feel like little go-karts. All my fun stuff. Alright, so we're just gonna pull up here on this here gravel. Back up. Cool. Alright. We will get back to this here Nissan. I gotta make sure that my car is right before I investigate too much time into somebody else's stuff. I know I'm storing it and I know we have a deal, but she doesn't need the car for another 3 weeks at least, maybe even like 7 or 8 weeks by the time it's all said and done. They've got a bunch of planning that they're doing for their living situations and stuff, and the car's non-critical. It is something that she wants to keep as a project. Also, look at this score. Super original spare tire styrofoam. Okay. So we're just gonna kind of Whoa, bam. So much fun, right? But anyway, like I said, I put the ECM in the car. Now, granted, I didn't have my little scanner, Doodlebop, or my laptop on me, so I couldn't clear any codes or anything like that. But the check engine light was not on, so I'm going to take that as a sign that the ECM's not terribly unhappy. I'm struggling to remember what the last thing I scanned was. I want to say it was the Nissan, but I think I took the scanner out of the Nissan for something else. Alright. I don't immediately see it up here, but I do know that I was at some point actively working on stuff. But anyway, with the new ECM, the car's running fine. It idles a little funny, but that's to be expected because it's not the same ECM code, and it just got thrown in, and I didn't do a throttle body adaptation like that, like you're saying. So there's I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna snake right on in there. I'm gonna back up a little bit. That's what we do. Yeah, just right on in here, up on the pad. Get me in the front to work and power down. Yeah. That's what we do. That's what it is. Anyway, like I was trying to explain, because my ADD just keeps getting the better and better of me. I put the new ECM in, and it does the exact same thing. No boost, no nothing. And I've seen film, at least, of this ECM I purchased in a car making 20 pounds of boost. It is supposedly some kind of a Eurodyne or something. Anyway, you see that wire right there, that valve. That is the N75 valve, and that is this guy right here. So basically, you have a tube coming from this port here. I believe that one goes directly to the face of the compressor housing. You can kind of see some clips there. Those go to this. It's actually the hose right on top of it, right there. Comes up, hits into this thing, and does some black magic voodoo junk. Yep. So, I don't really want to take this loose, because that involves me taking the whole upper part of the engine apart again. But I wonder if maybe... No, it looks like it's just going to be a bitch no matter what I do. Okay, so we're going to take that clamp loose for the mushroomed hat, and then I'm going to see if I can snake this guy off. Maybe pop this out one way or the other. Alright, so got some stuff taken apart. Now you can see the valve. Now there's more of those super awesome clamps. Go ahead and unplug this little wire clip and be done with that for now. Just flip that back and over. Alright, so this hose here that I've got my finger on, this guy here with the little 90, so that goes up to the compressor housing, and that is the boost feed. And then this one here that goes that way is the wastegate. So this valve actually actively controls, based on RPM, based on this, based on that, demand from the turbo wastegate. Now, I guess it's possible that the wastegate itself could be bad. It could be leaking and not holding itself shut based on the demands that's being made. And the car could be functioning just fine, and because that wastegate's bad, it's demanding something it's not getting, and so it's kind of freaking out a little bit over it. Now, I'm trying to find a way to get you guys down in here a little bit. Nope. Alright. So y'all are probably gonna fall a bunch of times, so just be ready. Yep, see? See, I can't put you but so far in the way, because then I won't be able to see what I'm trying to do. Alright, so we're actually going to come back over here for just a second. We're going to look at this new one. Let me grab the bottle of brake clean. I don't have a lot of brake clean left, but here we go. Oh, y'all are looking at the ground. A lot of oil, which I guess is to be expected with the way they plumbed these things. They suck up their own oil partly because it does provide some minor lubrication to stuff, but also because it's flawed by design and it's going to dribble a little oil no matter what you do. Oh, goodness. The point is, this one, I don't know what kind of condition mine is in, but according to lots of people who have supposedly dealt with this problem before me, they claim that it's a really common issue for it to be a just a simple boost leak, or not boost leak, intake leak, where like because the signal coming into the ECM doesn't match the map sensor to the MAF sensor like it's supposed to. Like it sees more at the map than what the MAF sees, so it like freaks out. So unmetered air essentially is a possible cause for this boost problem. So I guess we'll see how it goes. I got it out. There's the new one. Okay. So this should be pretty straightforward, just bing, bang, boom, and she back together. And then we can maybe go find Beetle parts deep in North Carolina. Okay. So the long tube goes in here, and that is to relieve boost pressures to avoid disruption. Alright, so we're gonna tuck this for just a second up out of the way if we can. We're just gonna wedge. Yep, y'all are gonna fall. We're gonna try to wedge this. Nope, that's not gonna work. I need zip ties. I need zip ties. Oh, with the bag. Oh, dropping all my zip ties all over the ground. I'm not trying to make that big a mess. Okie dokie. Zip tie. Zip tie. Actually, I need a bunch of zip ties because I cut a bunch of zip ties to get some of the stuff out. But I think, yeah. Let's just indiscriminately grab from the bottom of the bag and drag it to the top. And if it's what I need, I keep it. Alright, I don't need, there you go. All right there. We got zip ties. I know some people cringe at zip tie use when it comes to boost and pressures and stuff. I decided to keep my stock air box and air pipe because reasons. Alright, so this is definitely, most definitely going to be a pain in the butt to get it under there. And just tuck you down. Just more out of the way than you are, please. Of course, my fat hands are in the way, so y'all can't see nothing. Alright, so you can just, bam, look at that. Now we got some room. Get this behind here, I think. Let me pull this out just a tiny smidge. Give myself a little bit of room. I didn't pull that out any. Alright, there we go. Let me just get the zip tie started. Get it into a good spot. Not too worried about this one here. Thankfully, this valve has really fat barbs on the end of it. Alright, so now push her back in. Bam, just like that. Pull this around. Zip. Okay. Nice and tight. Go ahead and clip this in before we cover it. Oh, look at us. Alright. So this guy can come back around he goes right here. Sorry guys, I know it's an amazing bit of camera work. We're working right here, so it's small. It's a really tiny little area. Okay, because as soon as I have to put my hands in there, I know all you're looking at is my really shitty tattoos. Oh yeah, look at that, I'm looking at the screen myself. Gross. So zip tie is around the hose. Ah, damn, I did that way wrong compared to how I wanted to do it. That's okay. Okay. I may end up ordering a different N75. There is apparently a race valve variant where it's apparently really aggressive on the boost. I don't know if I want that, but I have seen rumors that it could be why the tune's not happy. It could be demanding boost that it's not going to get, which is strange because this is supposed to be an OEM remap. It's not supposed to be like crazy big boost number. I mean, it's supposed to be big-ish boost for like what it is factory, but it's not supposed to be big turbo, high horsepower boost. We're only talking maybe 200 horsepower at the crank. Okay. We'll call that. Cut that one on an angle so I can stab myself on it later. Alright. So now, should just be, take this guy, plug it back in, just like so. And if that was it, when I run the car again, it should make the appropriate amount of go-go. Alright. I'll put this one in first. Where'd that worm gear go? Right there. Okay, so we'll slide that back on. We're going to get the bottom one started first because it just falls in. And the upper one we're going to get right on in there. Now this one, it's not really crucial to put a zip tie back on the top side. This isn't pressurized. It's simply the it's the PCV thing. I really hope it makes good boost. I'm going to pull the tools back out for a second, and I'm going to put my old ECM back in. Now that I have two ECMs, one confirmed for sure good, that are both doing the exact same thing, I can pretty well say it's not my original ECM. And so, where this was originally supposed to be for the Passat, the tune I got isn't for this Passat. Like, it's just a random immobilizer defeated computer for a 1.8T, but it's still ME 7.5 Motronic So it should and does run the motor. And it runs it pretty happily too, funny enough. I would really like for it to make good boost. Golly dig, this thing is such a pathetic worm of a car. A 1.8 motor, it's low compression, doesn't make a lot of power on its own. So when that turbo's not here, mushing that thing's face into some power, it's just not gonna work. So, all right, that is theoretically back together on that front. You'll notice I don't have my damming, ducting in there anymore. Something else I need to do, I need to get behind there and mess with the, what do you call it? The cast aluminum flange I bought for the cooling. Well, you remember how I made a video the other day complaining about how the heater hose had blown off on me and like left me stranded with Amanda? Yeah, I did it again, and it did it yesterday. And I figured out that basically what I think is happening, find a somewhat half-assed decent spot to put you guys. Alright, so it's going to be a little off-center, but that's okay. The whole thing here is that when I rev above like 5,000 RPM, the pressure pushes the heater hose off of the casting like completely, and there's definitely no further on than what I'm getting. So what I think is happening is I think the lip of the casting where the hose is supposed to have that little metal pin clamp into the side of it, I think what's happening is it's rounded edged enough that under enough pressure it still pushes past it because the edge doesn't hold the pin. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to run a zip tie around it. I know that's entertaining, isn't it? It's got to be better than the other side, right? And I need to get my hand down here anyway. Oh, that's not what I wanted you to do. Oh, you asshole. Thank you. I love when shit that hasn't been a problem all of a sudden decides it wants to make itself a problem. Ah, such a good time. I think that might do it right there. Alright, I guess I'll just smush them back together from the other side when we get a chance. But anyway, I need to get back here to this dumbass hose because this stupid fucking hose flange shite. Okay. So let's get around in general. Alright, so there we we are around it. So now I believe if I do this right, and I can't see shit. I'm kind of just guessing at this point based on the half of an eyeball I've got on it. All right. So there's two like metal feet that fall into a couple of grooves, and if you have ever pulled one of these hoses, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because they never work the way they're supposed to. They always come off halfway, and it's such a piece of shit. Well, the hope here is that if I can squeeze them well, that was a wasted zip tie. I fell onto the other side of it. Gotta go get more zip ties. Alright, we got more zip ties. I'm gonna try a white one this time, see if it'll help me see it any better. That way I can place it. Oh, buy a Passat. It's so much fun. It's not. Really, really not. So maybe if I come to this side of it. How are we? Okay, so I think that's about as good as that's gonna get. It's about as much as I'm willing to fight it right now. Oh look, I found oil from somewhere, so that's cool. Oh goodness, this car, I love it. I love it so much. All right, well while we're at it, to head this video off, I'll have to do the test drive on another video. It's actually me getting caught up, unfortunately, on some stuff. I'll tell you what though, I'm gonna turn this bullshit off because I'm so goddamn tired of Modest Mouse. YouTube dinged me the other day for a copyright thing on one of my uploads, and it was all freaky deaky. Hey, you shouldn't be using that song in the background. It's like, hey, quit fucking playing it. I thumbs down, and listen, I don't dislike Modest Mouse by any means. They're an okay band. They do a fine job. I'm not mad at them. But when I don't want to listen to them, I don't want to listen to them. And if YouTube's going to yell about them being in the background, it's like, well, motherfucker, y'all are the ones who are directly in control of who I listen to. And when I thumbs down it and tell you to stop showing it to me, stop playing it for me, and you play it anyway, well, good golly, what the fuck do you want me to do? Like, Jesus Christ, what a bunch of losers. I swear the developers at YouTube, if you ever see my videos, like, don't ever bother me. I have nothing for you clowns. Y'all are a bunch of bitches. Like, just dog sauce garbage. Play all this trendy dumb shit. You get all these stupid features nobody asks for. Nobody plays video games on YouTube. I don't know what the fuck you thought y'all were doing there. Like, trying to steal a little bit of, you know, Facebook traffic. Oh my goodness. What a bunch of goons. Like, literal idiots. But what do I know? I'm just the user who they keep trying to sell all this shit to. Right? Like, my goodness. Go ahead and pop these ECM plugs while you've got the the leveraging, because once it comes out, they can be a pain in the ass. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and lift this out of here now. Bam. Alright. So I had set... Oh, look. I got a set of TT injectors, which is part of making a little bit more power out of these cars. It's not necessarily crucial, but it's crucial. I can officially, with those injectors, according to the internet, I can, like, officially hit the, over, what is it, the KO4 turbo on here, which is not, like, crazy big compared to this turbo, but it's a sizable difference where it jumps from 200-ish horsepower at the crank to closer to that 225 number. It's called the TT225. It's a tune for cars like mine, where basically you run your car like a TT. It's all 1.8T stuff, so all the compatibilities and stuff are all the same. Also, by the way, that's how you change out the ECM on a Passat really quickly. So I'm probably not going to tighten these. Well, shit, I'll tighten it just in case I hit rain on our trip. This has actually gone pretty quick this morning, which, it going quick, I am almost absolutely positive it's gonna mean that this wasn't the issue. I've like chased another non-issue. I really don't know. So I'm sure I've said it before, but I'm an enthusiast. I'm not really a mechanic. I am a mechanically inclined enthusiast, and that's really the long and short of it. I've just been doing it long enough that I look like I know what I'm talking about sometimes, because I've had to learn the hard way. You know, I didn't get to go to no fancy Votech school, haven't had any formal training. Like, everything I know about all this car stuff is all self-taught. I bought the car, I have something get broken, and then it's like, oh, wham, bam. Next thing you know, okay. And that's an ECM, folks. Alright, so just for good measure, we're going to take this guy, we're going to rewrite. See how it's an AWP engine code? So that shouldn't matter, because the AWP engine runs on the same set of sensors as my engine. Like part number for part number, same cam sensor. AWP 1.8T. And it's Eurodyne. Alright. So like I said, the fact that it ran the car shows that it's pretty close to what we needed it to be. Go ahead and set the 8mm there, because I don't think I'm swapping the ECMs back out. I'm going to leave this one at home. Alright, we'll drop that back on there. Alrighty. I'm not for sure, but I think over here, underneath, I think I made a boo-boo the other day, and I ended up leaving that ground loose that I'd meant to tighten. So we're gonna grab, damn, these mosquitoes are killing me. T10, that's too small. Well, where's just my yellow handle? There it is. We'll use this guy, because this guy's got the Torx on her. Damn, these mosquitoes are something. It's windy as hell. Go away. Look at that. We're already on the right size and everything. flange on it just to be sure. Looks like it's gonna rain. Alright, well, that's tight enough now. Ha! It did not go to the ground. Super. Now, just as a courtesy for you more than me, don't over tighten these screws. Number one, this whole thing doesn't really move around a whole lot. The coolant reservoir shouldn't move at all, really. Oh God. And of course I can't get my hand down to the wrench. I should have grabbed it before I put all this back. But I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Alright. So with the rain coming, I'm gonna move my little knee bar. Yeah, see, it's starting to get there. Oh man. We're actually going to bring these with us to the thing, because these are the clamp or the cutters I prefer to have, but she had them in her car underneath of some parts and I never saw them. Okay. I will say, since having done most of that to repair a lot of that and clean it and fix it, I have not noticed too much going on. Oh, always racing the clock, right? Always racing the clock. Alright, you know what? Because I put my screwdriver up before I was ready to. I'm gonna walk all the way back here and grab it again. Oh man, yesterday's storm was something. I mean, as you can see, all of my junk got blown around, but it came in and I thought it was actually a tornado. I was genuinely worried. Had like run outside to look at the sky, was like, is it falling? Is it falling? Are we dying? No, thankfully not. Alrighty. We'll put one last zip tie. It's just up here on the top so that I can try and hold. I'm not going to clip the end on it, but it's just to hold the harness up away from all that heat. I guess I should go ahead and top the water off since it decided it wanted to empty out yesterday. I should probably go ahead and fill up all my different water bottles so that I've got water coming with us, because we're going to be going an hour and a half out of our way. Oh boy. Like I said, hopefully the zip tie holding the heater hose clip will ultimately make it a non-issue. And I mean, if this thing doesn't make any kind of good boost, it's not really going to matter anyway. that's above the fill. I'm cool with that. I'll get like a little bottle of water wetter or something to pour in there, since we're pretty well water now, and that's for fine. It's fine. I'm not mad at it being water at this point. It's the summertime, just about. I mean, I know technically we're still in spring, but yesterday was 91 degrees. You can't tell me that might as well not be summer. Alright, so this is the bad. Look, I got some more of these clamps to throw in the bucket. I hate these clamps. I really do. Yep. Like I said, every time I clip one of them damn things off, I'm gonna throw it in the bucket, and we're gonna see how many of them we get. Now, this guy, I'm pretty sure that's gonna go to Amanda's car. It makes way more sense to put it in her car than to put it in mine, because I have one. Mine's just cracked. But the thing is, God, look at this. It's got the iron, has the little doodle bopper for pulling the plastic plugs, caps off the lug nuts. We're not running a lock nut, so we're not worried about that. It's got the original tow hook. Oh, God, this is a cool little find for shit. All right, so we spent like $100, right? It was 98 and change. 60 of that was the all 8 headrests that I bought. So that tells you $40 for a chunk of intake, a spare tire assembly, the N75 valve solenoid, because they marked them separate because they are technically separate parts. I know it all goes together, and I tried, but at the same time, I only spent $100. You know what? We'll check the oil real quick. Good level. I do need to change it soon, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I am done with the repairs that I was going to do. Now it's just a test drive, and I'm going to do that on my way into town with Amanda for us to hit this so I don't know. I probably do a video all to its own, because this has been such a fucking struggle for me to try and get this car right, that if by chance this worked, I'm gonna put a video out for it on its own. So on that bombshell, we're gonna go ahead and end it here, because that's pretty much. I will bring this with me just because whatever. I'll bring this too, but I appreciate you guys watching my stuff. I know I say that every time, so eventually it starts to sound kind of generic, but I promise I really appreciate your guys' viewership. Like, there's a handful of people out there that helped me get through my cancer, and it's been such a great thing to be able to continue on and do more of this sharing stuff with y'all. I don't know that I'm going to be able to keep up the daily posts, because as you can see around me, the grass is already remarkably shaggy, and you know, stuff like that's going to become more and more of a problem with the more rain we get, the more storms that come through. I guess that little itty bitty piece didn't want to put any rain on me, but it definitely kicked up some of the wind. But anyway, there's a handful of people that helped me get through my cancer situation, and you know, being a part of what got me through it makes me feel pretty good about what I'm doing. You know, I may be failing at making this car work the way it's supposed to work, but like at the end of the day, we're just hanging out. I'm just talking, you know. I'm not trying to offend nobody. I'm not trying to bother nobody. I don't want any handouts. I don't need any handouts. I just want good company. I want good people. I want good community. Like, I know I can be negative and I can be really, really biased against companies and products and stuff like this, but it's also because I spend what little money I get on a lot of this stuff to try and improve my situation. And then this heater core hose blowing off example, I went to a cast aluminum coolant flange so that I don't have to worry about blowing a hose anymore. I don't have to worry about that flange cracking or really ever having to service it ever again. Like that's the whole idea. But instead, twice now, I've been stuck on the side of the road waiting for the motor to cool down so I can just snap the hose back on and limp my way back to the house. So I end up being pretty shitty towards these people and towards the companies that claim excellence, that claim their highest quality, and it's like, no, it's not. It's not. And it's like how I managed to get the dud of the batch every single other time, or every time seems like lately, I just don't understand it sometimes. So it's like, whether I make it work, whether it kicks my ass, it really doesn't matter. The point is I get to share this with you guys, and now that we're out and about and we're doing things, we're starting to get parts, we're starting to get more stuff together for this Beetle that you're sitting on. Like, there's a lot of good stuff coming, so bear with me. We'll get there. But thank you for following, thank you for watching. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, feel free to hit that like button. Please comment below. I want to hear what you had to say. I want to hear questions you may have about something I've got, something I'm doing, something you need help with. I am an open book when it comes to most of this stuff, so it's not... And again, I'm an enthusiast. I'm not a professional. There's a difference. Enthusiast, I do this for fun. I do this because I like the cars. Professional, I hate my life, I hate my job, I don't want to work on any of these shit boxes when I get off of work. So, enthusiast, professional. I am an enthusiast. So what I know from learning it the hard way. I know from digging for hours and hours and hours through different forums and archives and stuff like that. So like, if you have a question, if you've got a Volkswagen and you need something, you're having an issue, give me a holler. Worst case scenario, I might know of a forum post somewhere that I can put in a comment and link to try and, you know, better aid and get you further along. There's a lot of different stuff out there. There's a lot of really good resources that Google won't show you anymore. Google is getting to a point to where their sponsored ads are just out of control. Not only are they hilariously offensive, but they're also just everywhere, and it covers up truly good information. And then you have all of the predatory scam ads that look like they're posts from websites that you're trying to get to, so it's getting real hard to find some of this stuff. So if you need something, reach out and I'll do what I can to help you out. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I'll see y'all next time. Hopefully with a much, much faster Passat.